the brain works. Now, there's the mind and there's the brain. The brain is different than the mind. The mind is not physical, which means it can't be picked up by the five senses. The brain is physical mass. The brain itself is actually a transmitter and receiver of frequency. This was talked about by Edison, by Tesla, by Henry Ford, and other geniuses like Albert Einstein. He said that the brain actually emits frequency. Now, today, with quantum physics and all the new scientific data we have, we know clearly that the brain broadcasts frequencies, but it also receives frequencies and is stimulated by outside frequencies, which means you can broadcast something from your brain and it can affect somebody else's brain. We also know that the frequency that goes out from your brain is similar to a radio frequency or a cell phone frequency. Cell phone frequencies, as you know, mysteriously pass through solid steel and glass and wood and brick and stone, right? If you're in a building, I'm in a building here, if I grab my cell phone, I have signal. There's a cell tower way over there someplace that's broadcasting a frequency. How does that frequency get to my cell phone? I'm in a building. The frequency goes through solid steel, brick, mortar, concrete, wood, glass. How? Ask a scientist. And you know what they say? Well, we really don't know how. They don't know how yet. They still don't know how. Your brain frequency does the same thing. Your brain frequency is in a space called the zero-point field where there's no time or space. So when you broadcast something from your brain, it's instantaneously everywhere at the same time. I talk about this at length in the course. The bottom line is, if you broadcast what you desire and what you want on the right frequency band, in the right way, it will vibrate molecules in the physical universe and change the attraction of these molecules so that what you want starts to physically materialize. And the way it physically materializes is the universe creates circumstances, conditions, situations, events, and people that will all go together miraculously so that what you want happens and what you desire to attain actually materializes. It's spooky. I know. That's what's in the course. It's spooky. It's spooky. It's 14 CDs. It's around 10 hours that you go through. After you go through the audios and are completely freaking blown away by hearing stuff you've never heard, no matter how many things on manifesting you've listened to, then there's another video/audio called 10 Steps to Manifesting Your Dreams. It condenses the entire program, but you have to go through the program first. That way you understand it all. Because I'm using terminology in the 10 Steps to Manifesting. It's only 1 hour. I'm using terminology from the Your Wish Is Your Command, so you have to go through it first. Otherwise, it won't make any sense. And then I just say, here are the 10 steps to manifesting. And here are the 10 steps. This was recorded live for members of our Global Information Network at a leadership weekend, and it was not available for sale. It was not available for anyone outside of membership. I was convinced to add that as part of the Your Wish Is Your Command program because people said it was just powerful and magical of how good this was. I'll give you a couple of those steps. One of those steps is you have to know the why behind your why. In other words, if you say, I want to increase my income, okay, what's the why behind that? And that why behind it is really the key, the trigger that's not in any books. It's you have to condense energy. You have to create pain. You have to have something you don't like. You have to create negative energy and contract it in order for you to broadcast what you want on the correct frequency with the right intensity, allowing it to manifest. All the details are in the course. We talk about the concept of dream building, which is physically going and touching the things that you desire, or just things that are outside of your comfort zone of even possibility. Are you going to a high-end Tiffany jewelry shop and looking at a $1 million bracelet? Are you looking at it? They're probably not going to let you put it on, but at least are you looking at it and getting this close to it? That's going to change your vibrational frequency. So there's a whole art and science of dream building and what it does to your brain and how it expands you. This is very important. It's one of the steps. There are other steps about writing down in a graph the statistics so that you're charting your progress. Anyone talk about that? You find a manifesting book that talks about you need to have a graph with a specific ratio. The line going up is black. When it goes down, it's red. It has to have a ratio. It's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And it has a particular ratio. Do we have one in there? Here, pull me one. I want to show people. No one talks about the significance and the importance of graphing statistics and how it affects. Okay, so here is a graph. And we teach exactly, that's a pretty good line. The last one went from not so good to very, very good. I'm glad you pulled that. Yeah. Is there more than that? I hope there's more than one of those. So nobody talks about that, but that's one of the steps. Look, we do it in the Brotherhood. Every successful person does it. But you find one of these success gurus who talks about why it's not just something good to do, it's needed. It's an ingredient that if it's not in there, it's not going to work. So all that data is there. So here's what I'm offering you today, and you can get it for free. There is no catch. You don't have to join anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put up a nickel. It's not like you get it free if you buy something else. No, I'm giving it to you for free right now. You're going to get the entire Your Wish is Your Command. You'll be able to download it in the next 5 minutes, as well as the 10 steps to manifesting, which was available only through the Global Information Network. Remember, this is all copyrighted material. You can't be sending this out, and we're very, very strict on maintaining the copyrights. So we're going to put up a QR code on the screen. So here's the QR code. All you have to do is go to that QR code. It's going to take you to a page, and you can read everything if you want, because it'll explain, and there's a video there as well, everything about the history of Your Wish is Your Command, which I recommend you do. But click on that, and at the bottom, it says you can buy the program for $500. So you can buy this for $500, but you don't have to pay $500. You're going to pay $0. You're going to get it for free. All you have to do is use that promo code, YWIYC. That stands for Your Wish is Your Command. If you click on the Buy Now button for the Your Wish is Your Command, you don't have to pay a nickel. You punch in the promo code. Now, you do have to punch in your name, your address, your city, state, and zip, your phone number, your email address, and you do have to put in a credit card, but we don't charge it. Okay? We're going to make sure you're a real person. That's why we're doing it. And then you punch in the promo code, YWIYC, and then it'll say right at the bottom, $0. You are charged $0. You are not charged 1 nickel, not 1 penny, not $1, nothing ever. It's not, you're not going to be charged 30 days from now. There's no subscription. $0. You're never charged a nickel ever. It's 100% free, and you'll get a couple emails that'll be sent to you. You have to click on them to verify your email, and then you'll have instant access to all of the audios in Your Wish is Your Command and the 10 Steps to Manifesting. Don't watch the 10 Steps to Manifesting until you listen to all of the audios. And it's better if you listen to them faster, which means in his most condensed period of time. If you can do it in the next day or 2 or 3, that's better than spending 3 weeks, to go little by little. But listen. It is going to change your life and improve your life for the better. This is something that is unlike any other manifesting course ever. It is the most unique because it's coming from real life, documented, substantiated results. There are tens of thousands of people that have used these techniques to start companies, succeed in their marriages, succeed in relationships, succeed and prosper in their careers, change their health for the better, attain any and everything they desire using these techniques. The most successful people on planet Earth use the material that's in the Your Wish is Your Command program. They don't use the material in these other people's courses. I know this. I was just with 40 guys, total control and net worth over $1 trillion. We're talking huge money here. These guys are the biggest movers and shakers in the world. And I went through, do you guys use this technique? No. Oh, that's funny because one of the most popular guys on the internet, one of the most biggest successors, says this is what successful people do to become successful. And they're laughing. No. Do you use this? No. I go, this guy sold 10 million books on how to become successful. And he says, this is the technique. They're all looking, no. Oh, here's a guy, here's a woman, she channels from the ether on how to manifest. Do you use any of these? No. And then I said, do you use this technique? Every one of them. Yep. That's in Your Wish is Your Command. Do you use this technique? Yep. It's in Your Wish is Your Command. And it's only in Your Wish is Your Command. I went through technique after technique. The techniques that aren't in any other program, the ones that are in Your Wish is Your Command, are the ones that the richest people in the world have told me. That's what they do. And I know this because I've been doing this since the early 70s, and I've been around these people since the early 70s. I've used it myself. It works. If you want to manifest goals, dreams, and desires, if you want more out of life, this is your opportunity. It is free, 100%, not a nickel. Just click on the QR code. I guess you can't click on it. You have to take your camera, right? Everyone knows how to do that. If they're watching YouTube, right? If they're watching YouTube, I didn't know how to do this, but if you're watching YouTube, you know how to do it. You take your camera, you go on there, and just go to the Buy Now button. Don't be spooked when it says $500. It's free. You punch in the promo code. You will not be charged a nickel. You punch in your details, and you do have to punch in a credit card, but you're not going to be charged a penny ever. And it's not stored. It's all, it's all legitimate. And you'll see at the bottom, once you punch in the promo code and hit apply, you'll see at the bottom, 0. It'll say 0. You're not going to be charged 1 nickel, 1 penny, $1 ever. Ever. Nothing will be charged ever. You get the instant download, digital download, so you can start listening today. And then as you listen, you can leave some comments in the comment section. And I will say this. There's always somebody who's a know-it-all, who is not teachable. They don't have a high teachability index because they don't have a high willingness to accept change. And there's going to be some of you idiots, and I will call you losers because you are a loser, that you don't have anything. You've never created anything. Look, if you created $1 billion in sales, I'll talk to you. If you've created 500 million, let's talk. I did 5. By the way, now it's closer to 25 billion. Okay, this stuff works. The guys I was just with, each one of them, billions of dollars in business, and one guy controls the second or third largest hedge fund in the world, over $500 million. I'm sorry, over $500 billion. 500 billion is what he controls. 500 billion. These people know you don't. And if they say this is the technique and you scoff at it, who's the fool?